And we welcome you to a special night of regular season hoops. This one counts as part of the NBA Cup. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. And a moment to check out who New York has coming up. On Monday, they'll go up against Stephen Curry and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Wednesday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And for that game against the Bulls, it's one that I'm curious about. It'll be their 6th contest of the season for them, and a game that should have a lot of great matchups.
A look at the starting group for Baltimore. LaMelo Ball is out there with Miller. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Knipple. And it's Wilson in at the 4 spot. And for the Knicks, Edwards out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Towns in at the 5. Well, Grant, when a season is fresh, what are coaches looking for from their players?
You know, B.A., they want to see execution on the game plan that's been set in practice. The X's and O's, can they bring it to life? I mean, that is what they're expecting.
Oh, Robinson with a block. Pass the ball. Here's Knipple. Anunoby covering. The 3. Oh, wow!
Incredible! Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. How about that elevated look on the AT&T connected cam? Brunson with it. He played a great game against New Orleans. Going inside. It's deflected. Out to Bridges. There's the 3. And it's Baltimore with a rebound. Defeated by Washington in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Oh, my, it was a great game. It went down to the wire. Both teams gave all they had, but only one could come away satisfied.
You know, that one's a tough one to take. You force the extra session, and then you have the heartbreak of not being able to get it done in the extra session. Brutal.
Brunson against Ball. Robinson, a screen on Brunson. Ball passes to Robinson. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. New York shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, B.A., and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Here's Anunoby. Got a hand on it.
Boy, just a tough time making shots. Only 1 for 5. They just need to settle in here.
Here's Wilson, and that one is stuffed right through.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Now here's Anunoby. Last game for him, he picked up 13. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
A bit ago, Mike Brown and I were able to chat. Coach told me, quote, our success defensively in this one hinges on how we guard LaMelo Ball. He continued, not only is Ball a 3-level scorer, he's a top-tier passer with excellent court vision. And we've got to do our best to make him uncomfortable out there. Yeah?
And Allie, thanks. Here's Brunson after the basket by Baltimore on the other end. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, don't let Brunson's size fool you. This guy operates consistently on the interior.
Bridges against Miller from the arc. Towns with a rebound. And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. It's stolen. Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
Now, this is what you love about having length in the backcourt. That 6'7" frame. Go ahead and finish, LaMelo.
New York trailing. Pass to Towns. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Oh, it's stolen by Towns. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Anunoby. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Now one on ball.
OG Anunoby is tremendously athletic, and when he plays with this level of aggression, it's hard not to foul him.
So both teams making some changes here. Both free throws good from Anunoby.
I mean, to me, every NBA team is looking for players just like OG Anunoby. Elite defensively, can guard multiple positions, and boy, he'll give you some things offensively.
Well, since we have this break, here are the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Knicks, second.
It seemed like almost every time they forced an error, they converted on it. Not just winning turnovers, but taking them to the bank.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Brunson. Back to Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Boy, he may not be the biggest center in this league, but big-time athleticism on display.
And the rise of Jalen Brunson has been fun to watch, Doris. No one saw him being this good.
I would count myself amongst those people, BA, and it's extraordinary. Jalen Brunson has proven highly effective, all league level effective, without having elite athleticism or size. And what that speaks to is his intelligence on the basketball floor. He has proven without those two qualities that you can be effective at the highest levels of the game. You have to admire him.
Well, Brandon Miller has proven himself as a multi-positional player, Doris.
He has, and in this era of positionless basketball, Brandon Miller is a guy who can fit in a lot of different systems. He can shoot the jump shot. He can play face-up off the bounce. You can use your size to overpower guards in a mismatch. A lot to like with Brandon Miller.
Here's Lanier. No points yet. And that one's good. Bagley.
Oh, nice bucket. This guy's so mindful about the way he attacks.
Let's go with a three. And Miller good for three.
Well, there is a reason Brandon Miller is a high-volume three-point shooter. He can do some work out there.
Over to the left wing. Left side Bagley. Back to Pippen. Here's McBride. Hits a three-pointer.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Diabate's shot is good.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the three ball.
The Knicks with the lead. Pippen outside. The three doesn't go for him. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Knicks out in front. They lead by 2. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Miles McBride is out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Scottie Pippen. Then it's karl-Anthony Towns. That's the group for New York starting the second. Pass to Newell from deep. It's rebounded by McBride.
I'm not sure he expected to be that wide open and yet somehow comes away empty.
Towns for three. Here's Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
And I just love how he's making the effort plays that everyone around him appreciates.
It is certainly making an impact tonight.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Pass to Pippen from downtown. And it's Baltimore with a rebound. And this game, the first chance they've had to see New York.
They'll be seeing plenty of each other this year. 4 total meetings between them.
Now here's Harden. Boy, he really had an off game against the Wizards. Shot from the low post is good. And now a 9-point New York lead.
Come on now, that's easy money.
And Baltimore calls timeout here. Brunson, he's checked in for New York. Well, when we talk about what it takes to win a championship, star power is often the first thing mentioned, Doris.
Well, B.A., we know that talent is what wins basketball games at any level. There's no question. You need one star, and more often than that, at least another. But really, overall roster construction is critical.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Well, this Knicks team has grit. Jalen Brunson said, quote, no matter what the situation is, we are going to attack it. No matter who's in front of us, we are going to grind. Guys?
No quit. All right, Allie. Thanks a lot. Wilson passes to Ball. Here's Newell. Can they get it? He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
This is the value of having those stretch bigs. Very hard to contest that jumper.
Pippen outside. Takes it inside. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
They set a pick. The drive by Harden. And stolen by Bagley. Brunson against Ball to the middle. Here's Bagley. Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 4 assists now tonight.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Now here's Dort. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The 3 from Ball. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. And you look at Brunson, listed at 6'2". You wouldn't think he'd be such a handful inside, Doris.
Handful might be an understatement, B.A. He is a nightmare free throw line and down. Why? Because he has moves and then counter moves. His footwork is exceptional, and I don't care what kind of defense you play, the guy will be able to get off a shot, and most often it's going to go in.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
So it's the Knicks now, after the basket by Baltimore on the other end.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
32-20.
Ball taking his time here. The 3 is up. LaMelo knocks down the long one.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo so confident from distance.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So for the Knicks, Anunoby, he's checked in for Karl-Anthony Towns. Edwards comes in for McBride, and it's Bridges in for Pippen. Bagley finds Edwards. New York working the ball around now. Ross against Anunoby. Back to Bridges. Oh, stolen by Harden. Uses the glass on the layup.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Now here's Brunson. Defense right on him. takes the three. New York, no good that time either.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Count it. And it's now only a 5-point Knick lead.
Getting something that close to the cup is a win as far as possessions go.
Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Boy, the vision of Jalen Brunson is something to behold. This guy, an elite passer.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
First personal. First team foul. Marvin Bagley III. At the line.
Free throw good, Bagley. Baltimore has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Here's Harden. And Anunoby pulls it down.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Back to Bridges. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. It's good on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 10.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
To the inside. Newell, good. Newell's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, slow start for him out of the gates, but you can feel that rhythm building.
Now here's Brunson, guarded closely, and it falls for him. He's now 4 of 7 from the field.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Some sick ball skills displayed right there. And he's not the guy you expect to pull that off.
That'll do it for the first half. It's the Knicks. They lead by 7. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket.
Looking at the Knicks, they started the season on a high note. Now they look to improve to 2-0.
Yeah, they look strong in their first matchup, played with a lot of energy. We'll see if it carries over into this one.
Turning back now to our game, lots of positives in that first half for the Knicks.
Well, they got a lift from their bench. Those guys came in, got the buckets, and took some pressure off their starters.
They have contributors up and down that roster. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Marvin Bagley really making a difference here.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. They trail by 7. That'll be their second of 3 games total on this road trip. On the floor for Baltimore, they've got Knipple. Miller is out there with Ball. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Wilson in at the 4-man position.
Well, Mitchell Robinson will take it to the rim with authority every chance he gets.
Knicks shooting is around 55% so far. Well, the painted area is really where Mitchell Robinson thrives, Doris.
BA, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the game, and his ability to do that helps teams win on the margins. He's also a menace on the defensive end, a massive presence at the rim.
Here's Miller after the basket by New York on the other end. Here's Robinson, and a big finish by Robinson.
Yeah, good awareness by Mitchell Robinson. Reads the coverage and capitalizes as a roller.
Pass to Edwards. Back to Brunson. Edwards, a pass to Towns. Back to Edwards. It's tipped. Now here's Ball. He's got 5. Drives to the hoop. And there's the call on the mellow ball. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
New York leading by 5. And there's the call on the mellow ball. That's his 3rd foul so far.
First team foul.
Towns outside. Just over a minute and a half played in the 3rd.
Well, there's a hustle about Mitchell Robinson. He is so good defensively because he works his tail off.
Pushing through, LaMelo Ball.
I'll tell you exactly the start to this half that you're looking for. He's taken 3 shots. He's made 3 shots.
Bridges against Miller. Bridges passes to Anunoby. The kick out to Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off the shot here. And it's Brunson missing.
This isn't how they wanted to start the second half. Only 1 of 4.
Anunoby with a double team. There's Ball with a 3. He can't hit that time.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. BA, back to you.
He can knock him down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Now here's Anunoby.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
For Baltimore, they've gone 3 of 5 from the field in this 3rd quarter. Steps back. Robinson, a screen on Brunson. There's Ball with a 3. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds now in the game. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Fader on the way, and it's Baltimore with a rebound. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Out of bounds, it'll be New York's ball. And it's time to give you a look at the top 3-point shooting teams from a year ago. In 3rd, the Knicks. 4th, the Hornets.
A stat every team wants to excel in, 3-point shooting. Both of these teams were fantastic from deep last season.
For the Knicks, Bagley's checked in for Edwards, and Miles McBride subbed in for Bridges. James Harden, he's checked in for Baltimore. Pass to Brunson. And he lobs it up. Bagley passes to Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Boy, when these bigs like Karl-Anthony Towns show off that power, you've got to love it.
Baltimore has got nothing to fall from outside in this 3rd quarter. Harden surveying the D. Miller finds Harden. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Baltimore.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Bagley, nice persistence to tip it back in. And it's an 11-point New York lead.
They're really working the paint now.
Here's Harden. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Outside Anunoby. The kick out to Brunson. Again, the Knicks. Good for 2 more.
I think in today's NBA, you've got to be a 3-level scorer. The midi is good for Jalen Brunson.
And Baltimore calls timeout here. .52 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Harden. Down low. Here's Diabate. Nails the baby hook. Diabate's got his 2nd basket on the night. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Now into the lineup for New York.
Here's Bagley. Count that bucket. Bagley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Harden from outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Here's McBride. Wilson grabs the board. It's tipped. 1 second left. No luck on that one. And so it's New York in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. We'll be right back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Scottie Pippen. Marvin Bagley is out there with Karl-Anthony Towns. Then there's Miles McBride, and it's Lanier in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. And Baltimore has possession after New York picked up the 3 with their last shot. Here's Lanier. Dort defending. Here's Lanier. And there's the drive. Can't hit from in close. Here's Wilson. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Knicks?
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
I think one of the things that also strikes me is their activity forcing turnovers, coming up with steals. It has really shaped the tenor of this game. Oh, you missed the chippy. What are the odds? That's so frustrating.
Dort outside. Pass to Diabate. And here's ball beyond the arc. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Lanier. Towns outside. The shot that time not on target.
Most defenses want to protect the paint first. Great job there.
His first shot coming late. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Dort's got his first 2 points of the night.
Lou Dort's frame is exactly built for that kind of shot. He is big, strong, and tough, folks.
And we'll have a timeout called by Mike Brown. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. To hear from Allie LaForce.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan with his team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
Okay, thank you, Allie. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 5. Brunson misses. For Baltimore, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Robinson. The kick out to Ball. Robinson, a screen on Brunson. There's Ball with a 3. They get it again. Fires the 3. And they get it back. Newell from outside. Up again. And stolen by Bagley. Here's McBride. Well, a careless foul. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
Miles McBride. At the line, he'll shoot 3.
And he hits the first of 3. No good on the second free throw. Baltimore has got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. And the basket by Bridges.
Well, we know Mikal Bridges can connect from distance. This guy has become a consistent threat from deep.
60-45.
Here's Wilson. He's guarded by Bridges. Oh! Touches it off the glass.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Knicks leading by 13. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Brunson. Robinson rips down the board.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Ball fires. Buries it from outside.
I'll tell you, from the moment he entered this league, LaMelo Ball has been a high-volume three-point shooter.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. At one point, they led by 16.
Sometimes your only option is to go to the floater, and that is money.
Timeout called, Hornets. New York making a switch here. Edwards is checked in. For Baltimore, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. And when it comes to adding sizzle to the steak, just watch LaMelo Ball.
I love that, BA. Certainly, entertainment is a big aspect of this young man's game. The fancy dribbling, the no-look passes, the range on his three-point shooting. He alone can be worth the price of a ticket.
LaMelo, one of those guys at the top of the list in terms of excitement. This guy is capable of the spectacular.
Bridges. Another shot. Oh, Towns disregarding the D.
This is what happens when you fail to put a body on someone. The ball is bound to find them.
That one misses for Towns. Well, we know he can shoot it, Doris, but karl-Anthony Towns is most effective when he's also working in the paint.
BA, he has such an effective arsenal offensively that he's most effective when he's getting to each of those aspects. So, you have back-to-the-basket skills, no doubt. If there's a mismatch, go at the mismatch. But he is also so effective as a driver. Straight line, with intent, and efficient off the bounce. He can also hit a mid-range. There is nothing he can't do on the offensive end.
Oh, stolen by Anunoby.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Knicks.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
It's just the start of this season series with 3 games left between them, but it must feel great to take the first meeting.
And so it's New York with it after the basket by Baltimore on the other end. The 3 is off. Here's Wilson, covered by Towns. Here's Miller. Outside ball. Jacks up a 3. Towns rips down the board. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Brunson driving in. Oh, he misses the layup. Here's Wilson. He's guarded by Bridges. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence, too.
Let's send it courtside and check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
All right, I'm with Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl, congratulations on the victory. What was key in getting the win here tonight?
We played like we wanted it more. We came out here and we just did a lot of great defensive stops. It wasn't offensive. It was more defensive. We did a great job. We got those 50-50 balls, put us in a nice position.
We can see and feel that desperation. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And we present the player of the game, Marvin Bagley.